Welcome back to the channel. We are at part 2 of the BMW 2013 X5 engine replacement. So let me show you where we're at with this repair. So here's the challenge with this job. The challenge with this job is that we had to get first by getting our transmission removed from the engine. Since this engine is seized up, we cannot turn this torque converter. Come around, Phil. We cannot turn the torque converter in order to access the torque converter bolts because the engine is seized up. So what we did, we just went around our bell housing, took all our bell housing bolts off, and we slid our transmission back. So the next step we're going to do, actually, we're going to come over here, work on getting our axles out on both sides. We already have our accessories off. We have our alternator off, power steering pump. We have everything removed already. On this side of the engine, we're going to get our CV axle out, and then we're coming over here to our motor mount bolts. We got 2 motor mounts. Here, 1 bolt on the other side. Then what we're going to do, we're going to lift this engine up, and then we're going to get this lower pan off so we can expose the main bearings and see exactly what we got going on and see if we can pinpoint the cause of failure. So that's where we're at. So let us get this engine up and support it, and we'll be back. Here we go. We got the engine supported here on the cherry picker. So here's what's going to be our next step. Come on over here. All right. Our next step is going to be, we're actually going to get the CV axle out. Now if you come around here, this here is your transfer case. This here is your front differential. So we're going to get our front differential unbolted and get this off of the oil pan. We're going to come on over here. And we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to get our CV axle out of the way. We're going to get our water pump and our thermostat. All right, here's a little better look for you with the CV axles removed. You can see our bolts that hold the transfer case in. One up under here. We're going to get this not transfer case, I'm sorry, front differential off. And we're going to get this tail housing cover off over here. You can see we got 4 bolts here. 1, 2, and then got 3. And got another one up there for 4. Let's get this separated. Then we're going to come and take the electronic water pump off. Okay, we're back at it. Come check it out. This here, we have an oil pan off. Just a series of bolts that bolt your oil pan in. Just kind of straightforward. Maybe 18 of them, give or take. Now we have our oil pan off. So our main bearing caps are right here. These caps are actually integrated with this upper oil pan. We're going to have to split and bring down this upper oil pan. So we're going to get our oil pump off. We're going to get this out the way. Then at that point, we're going to take our main bolts out. Then we're going to go here and we're going to get our upper oil pan off. We have some other bolts on the bottom. I'm going to show you next. All right, here we go. Come on over, let me show you. So we have our upper oil pan off. We have our crank lowered down, and come in here, check it out. Look at this. Come over here, Phil. Look at this rod bearing, this rod right here. That is smoked. Look at our crank. Right here, we have a whole lot of damage to our crank. Let me show you our main bearings. So again, this is the upper oil pan. You can see all of our main bearings which sit in this oil pan. They're all worn out and bad. So that comes as one complete oil pan. As you can see, it's got a whole lot of bolts to kind of take them off. It's not tedious, but you have to kind of take your time and take all the bolts off. Here is our rod bearings. Here's our rod. Look at this one here. So we had a couple spent main bearings, and look at this rod cap right here. This thing is totally gone. I don't even know where the bearing is at. So now basically what we're going to do, we're going to call the adjuster. The adjuster is going to come out, and what they're going to do at that point, they'll make the determination on what they're going to do. Now, as far as what they're looking for, with the extended warranties, they're looking for sludge. I don't see no sludge in this engine whatsoever. They can't say nothing about the engine. The oil wasn't changed. Here's our pickup. This here is our oil pickup. No sludge with our pickup. Look in here. That looks nice and clean. We're expecting to see something in there because we got metal went through the engine, but that is good. So we should have no issue with this claim. Let's hope not anyway, Come in here. It's kind of hard to see. All right. Well, just check back. The next series is going to be us talking to the inspector.